All right, guys. So I don't do this that often, only because I don't feel like I have to, but here you go. This is Michael. He's on the PP show here, and Michael's giving out misinformation. And it's very easy to break down. I want everyone to follow the DD, pay attention. What can we tell you about Michael? Well, one, he made a claim that he bought into Bed Bath & Beyond after watching the Sue Gove interview. If you don't know who Sue Gove is, she is the current CEO of Bed Bath & Beyond, a failed one at that, and she is a terrible individual to build a company around, if you guys know who she really is and what she stands for. But that due diligence is in connecting the dots, which he clearly has never seen. But more so than that, he's pushing out lies, blatant lies, and he doesn't even understand what he's looking at. Because if you look at the Sue Gove interview, which I broke down step by step, you can tell that she knows nothing about Bed Bath & Beyond. She knows nothing about the business, and she's been there for 4 years. So Michael here thinks that he's dead on the money here. So I'm going to play it. I'm going to let you guys hear it. And then I'm going to show you exactly how he's wrong. And this is why PP Seeds can't surround himself with new people every day. And they're all putting out the bullshit. Because here you go. Listen.
It's risk, man. It's risk.
All right. So I'm not sure if you've seen the Sue Gove interview, but she said what her plan was. And I was just wondering, in your opinion, what part of her plan isn't going according to plan?
Okay, so the whole thing is not, it wasn't, this is my opinion, okay? The interview was not for that. It wasn't to give out guidance or any of that nature. The interview...
You know that she's a CEO and she registered it with the SEC.
Yeah, what it would need...
That's his shot at me. Oh, it registered with the SEC. Yeah, we know. They have to. They did an interview via eToro, and I'm telling you right now, I'm going to tell you that the interview was just her highlighting specifically 3 different times how many buildings they had to offer. Here we are. We're 360 buildings and 120 bye-bye babies. That's our footprint. And that's what they were shopping. And I explain it to him. I tell him this is why they did it this way. And it's because, if you guys don't know this, I'll even rewind it back for you. In January, via the court docs, if you read them, it tells you that in January, JP Morgan, Bed Bath & Beyond, they were offered a buyout and they rejected it. Of course, they probably rejected it because they were all going to make millions. All of the insiders and private equity on the backside, who's still getting paid. By the way, via bankruptcy, they still get paid. That debt still gets serviced. But everybody was still going to make money off this play. They didn't want to sell it. They didn't want it to survive. I told you this. It's meant to fail. And what did they do? They shut down all their Harmon stores. All the Harmon stores shut down January 30th, I believe. In February, they announced the closure of even more stores. And I said all of this right here. And this guy, who's brain dead, who knows nothing, literally says, that's not true. They were filing for bankruptcy to get protection in order to close the stores. You really think that? I'm going to show you how you're wrong. I'm not just going to say it, because apparently saying things to you doesn't matter, Michael, because you only believe what you hear. By the way, go watch the Sue Gove interview again. She's reading her notes, she's blinking really fast, and she's terrible at what she does. But here
even matters. So I'll just explain. So they were offered an amount of money that they did not agree to in January. This is via the docs. JP Morgan said no, it wasn't even enough. So what they did was, over the next couple of months, they suspended covenants. They lowered the footprint, and she did the interview to let the whole world know how big the footprint was. 360 stores and 120. So instead of buying 1,000 dead ones, this is what we have. Here's the juice. Make me an offer now. And no one's stepped up to the plate.
No. So she said they were going to scale down. They didn't scale down. That's why they needed to go to bankruptcy protection, is in order to get rid of those leases. That was the whole part.
It's a
voluntary. So the fact that you're trying to say that all happened before, that just doesn't line up.
So I'll tell you what.
Let me in bankruptcy court.
So he's wrong, because that just doesn't add up, as he puts it. I'm going to show you guys, okay? Because I don't just say shit to say shit. I literally study these damn stocks and all the filings, and this kid is completely wrong. So here you go. This is going to be how many Bed Bath & Beyonds exist, and this is going to be February 25th of 2023. This is when I tell you that they were getting offered and they said no because the footprint was too big. 872 stores. So how many stores did they close? 300 plus at a minimum. 300 plus over the next 3 months. So all of these stores, 872, and if you read, you will find out that we had approximately 145 stores that are up for renewal in 2023. So that's the most they could close at the time frame. But they literally were closing The company closed an additional 88 stores during 2022. The company commenced the closure of 331 stores as of February 25th, 2023. Do you understand? You don't know what you're talking about, Michael? You literally don't know what you're talking about. Here, I'll leave it right there. I'm probably in the way. I'm not even looking at the picture on the other side. You don't know what you're talking about. You bought in after the Sue Gove interview. That should tell you everything you don't know. Do you even know who she is and her track record with private equity for the last 25, 30 years? All of you watching people like this on the PPC show understand all of their information is skewed to give you a narrative of what might happen. And I'm telling you what is happening. They're bankrupt. They're done. It's over. Everyone took their ball and went home. Except for you, shareholders. You're going to lose. And guys like Michael, who do no due diligence, they see an interview and they're swayed. That interview was done just for you, Michael. Just for you. You're the sucker. You couldn't figure it out, but it's you. And now you're putting out misinformation, saying that they didn't close stores until after they filed for bankruptcy. Let me tell you something, young man. They closed everything down. They were burning it off into the night. And for PPCs to say, well, look at this. Look at Piggly Wiggly or whatever other store popped up because Holly Eklund got them from 30 cents to $9. That's what you can do, Bed Bath & Beyond. Let me tell you something where you guys are at right now. You guys are about $1 a share right now. And I'm going to tell you why. Because your float went 9x. 9x over 2 months time frame. It went 9x. Your float is infinitely bigger than when Ryan Cohen was in it. And no one's telling you that part. You guys are in a failed investment, man. And it's just like one little glimmer that I can show you. I just was watching the interview again. I'm driving home. I was letting it play. And I go, man, you know what? I'm tired of this. I'm tired of just saying shit. And then people be like, yeah, I don't think you're right. No, it's not that I'm not right. It's there. It's factual. It's written down. It's on paper somewhere. I read it somewhere. And then I tell you, yeah, they closed down those stores. Why? Because I know the numbers. And then there you guys all in a little circle jerk, giving each other misinformation, and then people are watching. And you take zero responsibility for what's being said. None. No one's going to correct him and tell him he's wrong. I got to make a damn video. I got to be up till midnight making videos, doing homework for your investment because you guys don't do the homework yourselves. It's embarrassing. And Michael, don't ever go back onto that show. Don't go on any show, Michael. You mean to tell me Sue Gove is believable? That's how gullible you are. A female CEO that they put in place, and I say a female for a reason, because if you understand what bankruptcies do and how they play the book, then you'll understand they use gender against you as well. You don't even know that statistic either, do you? Go do the homework, young man. God, you're a fucking joke.